Hi everyone! Today we'll be discussing our completed collection of national flag reviews. Welcome to the final part of this discussion. Be sure to check out parts 1 and 2 if you haven't already. In this video, we're going to look at each of the 5 principles of flag design and the issues we had with them when we did our flag review videos. The principles were written by Ted Kaye of the North American Vexillological Association. The 5 principles are the following: keep it simple, use meaningful symbolism, use 2 to 3 colors which contrast well, do not use any lettering, seals, or coat of arms, and finally, be distinctive or related. We gave each flag a score out of 10 for each principle, and we added these scores and divided by 5 to give us the average score, which was also the total overall score for the flag. Let's begin with Principle 1. For most of the flags, scoring in the principle of simplicity was quite easy. And just to warn you now, we're about to reveal spoilers. The flag of Belize has a very detailed coat of arms, and therefore giving this flag a 0 for simplicity was an easy decision. The flag of Italy is a simple tricolor, and for this flag it was an easy decision to give it a 10. But for some flags, it wasn't as straightforward. The flag of Algeria has a crescent and star. So how simple is this design? While not very difficult, it's a little tricky to get exactly right. That's why we gave it a score of 8.5. The maple leaf on Canada's flag is also tricky to get exactly right, and we gave it a score of 8 for simplicity. While it's true that drawing rough sketches of the Algerian and Canadian flags are fairly easy, we decided that giving flags like these perfect marks was a little unfair to flags which didn't have these kinds of elements. For the flag of the UK, we gave it 7 out of 10 for simplicity. This flag doesn't have any charges, but it does have a number of crosses with borders, and these are quite tricky to align properly. Scoring for flags such as these wasn't easy, and what we consider quite complicated, somebody else may consider quite simple. Moving on to Principle 2, which is all about symbolism. Some flags have well-defined official symbolism, such as the flag of Suriname. It was adopted in 1975, and the flag was given clear, well-defined symbolism when it was adopted. The flag of Denmark is considered to be the oldest continuously used national flag in existence. Because it's so old, nobody is quite sure of its origin and the meaning behind it. The flag got some marks because we're almost certain the cross refers to Christianity, but it lost a lot of marks due to the lack of meaning of the colors. In the end, it scored 2 out of 10. The biggest problem regarding this principle was with flags which had many interpretations. The flag of Estonia was one such example. The flag's meaning has many theories, but none of them were ever made official. For that reason, Estonia also scored 2 out of 10 due to the confusion surrounding the many different interpretations. Principle 3 is all about color. It's divided into 2 parts, the number of colors and also color contrast. We decided to take 1.5 marks away for each color more than the recommended maximum of 3. This made scoring for this part of the principle pretty easy. The flag of Tanzania has 4 colors, which is 1 more than the recommended maximum of 3, and therefore lost 1.5 marks. One issue we had was with flags with different shades of the same color. For example, Tuvalu has 2 shades of blue. In these cases, we classified both shades as 1 color, so flags like these probably got a little lucky. We also took half a mark away for a flag which has a color not part of what we refer to as the standard set. The 6 colors of the standard set are all that are needed for good flag design and include the primary colors of red, blue, and green, as well as black, white, and yellow. The flag of Ireland uses orange, which is not part of the standard set, and therefore it lost half a mark for color. With contrast, our scoring was a little more arbitrary. Flags like Tajikistan lost marks for contrast. Not only is there an issue with yellow and white, the fact that yellow charges are a very important component for the flag meant it lost even more marks. The flag of Russia has a contrast issue with the blue and red stripes, which are both dark colors. But this contrast problem is not as bad as the one in Tajikistan's flag, and therefore Russia didn't lose as many marks for contrast. Flags with a complicated coat of arms, such as Ecuador, typically lost a lot of marks for contrast issues. And speaking of coat of arms, Principle 4 states the flag should not use any lettering, seals, or coats of arms. Flags that had any of these automatically received 0 out of 10. For example, the flag of El Salvador, which has both writing and a coat of arms. Flags such as Cameroon, which don't have any of the mentioned elements in the principle, scored 10 out of 10. For some flags, it was complicated. The flag of Barbados doesn't have a coat of arms, but it uses a tiny part of a previous coat of arms. It therefore fell just short of 10 out of 10. The flag of Bosnia and Herzegovina has the same design as its coat of arms, but this provided an exception to our rules. The reason for this is because the coat of arms is a pretty simple design and not typical of others which are far more complicated. For this reason, and because the flag is actually older than the coat of arms, we didn't take any marks for this. Finally, we have Principle 5, be distinctive or related. When we had 2 or more flags that had similarity issues, the oldest flag didn't lose any marks. For example, the flag of Liberia was heavily influenced by the flag of the United States. Because the US flag is older, it didn't lose marks, whereas Liberia's flag did. While this was straightforward most of the time, there were some exceptions. The flags of Chad and Romania are identical except that they have slightly different shades. Romania first adopted the flag, but then it added a coat of arms during its communist era, and it was during this period that Chad adopted its flag, which was different to Romania's flag at the time. When communism fell, so too did the coat of arms on Romania's flag, and therefore we were left with this problem. For these flags and their less than straightforward history, we split the scores and gave them both 5 out of 10. This principle is also somewhat subjective. For example, some people might find the flags of Iceland and Norway confusing, but in our view, they're easy to tell apart. The flags of Costa Rica and Thailand are very similar in design, and like Iceland and Norway, they differ by having the blue and red colors reversed. In this case, however, we believe these 2 flags are confusing and not easy to tell apart. We also think people's opinions are swayed by where they come from and the flags they are familiar with. Nobody from France or Italy would confuse these 2 flags, but someone not familiar with European flags may find these 2 confusing. Also, people from Jordan and Kuwait would have no problem distinguishing these 2 flags, but someone not accustomed to Middle Eastern flags may find these 2 confusing. As well as being distinctive, the principle also mentions being related. The Nordic flags largely succeed in being related while also being distinctive. The flags of some Arab countries are also closely related, and in this case, they don't do as good a job in being clearly distinctive. And that completes our look at the 5 principles and our scoring system. While we encountered some issues, the 5 principles served us well, and we think that overall our National Flag Review series was a huge success. Remember to check out the review of your own country and any other countries you're interested in, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check out our other videos. Thank you for watching!